Hey everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about Five Survive by Holly Jackson. I got this off of NetGalley.
And so did I.
Okay. So this is about Red and five other friends who are going to South Carolina for spring break. Now, because Red doesn't have all the moolah, they kind of decided to take an RV instead of flying down. So they're taking turns driving the RV down, but they kind of get lost. And when they get lost, all of their tires on the RV pop, and they come to find out that there might be something a little bit more sinister going on outside of this nowheresville town in backwoods South Carolina, North Carolina. And it turns out someone's shooting at them. And somebody on the bus has a secret, and they need to come clean about their secret, or deadly consequences could happen. So the five characters have to work together to figure out how they're going to survive the night.
There are six characters.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said five, but it really is six because it's Red and five other people.
In all fairness, I'm sitting here thinking about the title. Isn't the title kind of a spoiler alert?
It is, but not because you don't know who the five are going to survive. You don't know, does that include the killer? Does it include the people on the bus? Is it, how is it actually going to shake out?
I don't know. All I know is I did not like this book. I thought it was boring. I thought that it took forever for them to get anywhere. It's another one of her books that they based it in the United States and it doesn't make sense, the way they talk and some of the characters' names and the way they describe things is really not American. Just base it in England. Why can't you base it in England?
I don't think for me, it wasn't nearly as glaring in this book as it was in her first few books. It definitely could have been set in England and you wouldn't have been able to tell the difference. It would have worked better. But the Britishisms didn't, I don't even know if that's a word, but they weren't as glaring for me. And I actually did enjoy this book. I felt for Red. She was a very, how do you put it? She was a very flighty, very not thoughtless, a very disjointed, very unreliable. She's very unreliable in her mental state, but I still felt for her, and I was intrigued by it. I don't think I was in the right mental headspace for it. I recently read Stephanie Perkins' There's Someone in the Woods, I think it's what it's called. Anyway, it was a very similar book, not the same, but very similar, and I just wasn't in the mood for that kind of horror. But it kind of worked for me.
See, I don't think it was a horror book. See, and I think it's supposed to be a suspenseful mystery book, but to me it never got suspenseful. It never got mystery. It was a good 10-15% into the book until they're in the situation that they're in with the sniper. I never cared about any of the characters, and I think you're supposed to kind of sympathize with all of them. But from the beginning, Oliver was basically a sociopath.
Yeah, he was.
And as the secrets are,
I liked Arthur and I liked Red. I did like them.
I didn't think there was enough of them to like. And I think I think that it was a mistake to pick there's a mafia part, and I think it was a mistake to include the name of a real mafia family. I feel like that didn't work. Plus, the characters are from Philadelphia, and that mafia family is very heavily tied to New York. And so that kind of pulled me out. I didn't think, like I said, I didn't think it was suspenseful.
I don't know. I think the way things came together at the end, I thought was very intriguing, and I mean, I expected some of it, but others of it, I wasn't really thinking about it, and I was just kind of along for the ride.
See, and I think some of the stuff that, the one big twist, you didn't see it coming because nowhere is the groundwork set. So it was just kind of like, so
I don't know.
is
No,
that
I didn't
really a
have
twist or like a surprising twist, or is it not
I didn't
great
really have a
writing?
problem with it. I definitely think that the older teens are not going to enjoy it as much as like a younger teen. The only problem is with the younger teens, there's a lot of cursing. I mean, it's safe in like the sex aspect, but all like there's a lot of violence and
Also, it's so slow.
it is slow.
Honestly, if we and I think it's interesting because on Goodreads there's a lot of people who gave it really good reviews who were like, it took 150 pages before I liked this book. If we weren't going to record this, I would have given up after 50 pages because it is so slow. Nothing is happening.
I don't know. I was invested. I think I would have finished it.
I
You were
barely
pushing a
finished
lot.
it.
Yeah.
It was I like literally it took me like over a week and a half to get through this book. And
You
I
know,
like
I was invested enough. I just I wish I was in a better frame of mind that I'm just not really in for the horror suspense axe murdery kind of book. I wasn't in the mood for it, but I thought she did pretty good with it.
I was like maybe it would have worked better as an audio. I don't know.
I don't know.
All I know is I was bored.
Well, I guess we're kind of at the point where we're going to rate it. So our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it doesn't get a horn and is therefore a horse. Where are you?
I'm like at a 2. I did not care for it. Some of like the things that they were doing to get like to try to like trick the sniper were like Looney Tunes level of stuff. I
Yeah, I
just
don't know how some of it worked.
yeah, none of it it didn't make any sense. I just it was okay. I don't think I would recommend it to anybody.
I probably would, and I think people out there will enjoy it. I'm going to give it a 3.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's where we are on Five Survive by Holly Jackson.
We'll see you around.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.